Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to learn about the basic concept of object oriented programming. So mainly we have six types of concept. Those are class, objects, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So first, let's understand class in detail. So what is class? So a class is a blueprint from which an object is created. Let's take an example of building construction of an house. So the blueprint of the house defines its structures and features like each house will have. A class might include attributes like number of rooms, colors, size, and methods includes build, paint, and furnish. So class is all about the blueprint and how it will be gonna made, and the output of it, that is the real house which has been made, like its color is blue, its dimensions are this and this. So that is known as object. So it is a class collection of fields, methods, an object. A collection of data, methods that defines the behavior of its object is known as class. Let's take another example of baking a cake. So to bake a cake, we need a cake recipe. So cake recipe contains the instruction and ingredients how to make a cake. So the recipe itself is a class, and every cake made using it is an object. So the whatever is the recipe by which the cake is going to be made is known as class, and the output after the cake has been made, that is known as object. The second one is object. Let's understand about object now. So a object is instance of the class. So whenever an object is created, then only memory will be allocated to the variable of the class. So when the object is created, then only the memory will be allocated. So let's understand objects by same example as we used in class, that is construction of a house. So whenever we create a house, the house class, we are making an object. So each house object can have different values for it attributes, like it can have different color, size, number of rooms. So we can create multiple house object, and each can have its own unique data. So multiple we can create in this, and every house will having its unique data. So the output of the class is known as object. Like taking example of uh, like same example, how we made a cake. So the actual cake you make using the recipe is the object. So the whatever cake we made by using the recipe, that is taking blueprint. We can take blueprint in the example of building a house. So whatever recipe we use, after using the recipe, whatever cake we made, that is the object. So the cake can be anything like a large chocolate cake with vanilla frosting, small strawberry cake with whipped cream. So we will have multiple creams, right? So that is the object. So object is physical entity, but class is a logical entity. It means physically we are producing something in object, but class is just in logic, like how to do it. It's just in logic how to create the object. The third one is abstraction. So abstraction is representing essential features and hiding implementation details. Hence, it only shows the necessary data to users. So uh, let's take an example of riding a bike. So when we ride a bike, we can ride a bike, but we don't know its components like brakes, gears, how it is implemented. We don't know, right, how it is implemented or how it is made. We don't know all those details. We do not know how it is implemented internally. Just we are riding it, we don't know the information of it, and it is not even necessary to know the information of it. So unnecessary details which has been hidden, that is known as abstraction. So the website, also we can take another example like a website or mobile app. So we can use a website or mobile app, but while using it we do not know how it is implemented, or whatever programming language is used in it, or what database technology they have used. So whatever unnecessary details which uh, which is better not to use by the user. I mean, it is not so necessary, so that user will have to know it. That is known as abstraction, hiding the unnecessary details. The fourth one is encapsulation. Encapsulation is a process of wrapping, binding, or combining variable and methods under a single unit. So, whatever the variables and methods we are binding and combining into a single unit, that is known as encapsulation. Let's see it with the help of an example. So, this is class, student, this is int, whatever this. So, these are the attributes and these are the methods. So the combining of this both into a single unit is known as encapsulation. You're binding it, wrapping it in a single thing. In this, we have a major advantage like data hiding. So it have some access specifiers, that is private, public, and default. So here we have private data. So the data contributes of an object is hidden from the outside world by marking it as private. So it is the private data. Let's take an example of this only. This is a class student. So this data is being inside the class itself. Like this. If we want to hide it, so we can write like private here. And so this ensures that the data cannot be directly accessed or modified from outside the class, which help maintains data integrity and security. So whatever the data inside the class, we used it, we wrote like we have written their private and written double marks. So that particular marks cannot be accessed anywhere except inside the class. This ensures that the data cannot, yeah. So data integrity and security. Now control access, how we can access it. Access to private data is allowed only through public methods, also called getters and setters. These might control how the data is accessed or modified, ensuring only valid operation to be performed in it. So in Python also, how we can do this data, private data, means using double underscores before the attribute name in Python. So if you want to hide it in private data, it means we have to add the double underscores before the attribute name, whatever we are using the attributes. Before it, we have to keep double underscores, and we can use it. So the next one is the fifth one, that is inheritance. So the process of creating new class from old class is known as inheritance. Like taking example, old class means we can take example like human being will be the best example here. Parent, child. So here parent is the old class. It is also known as base, super, and child is the new class. It is also known as derived and subclass. Old class means base, super, parent. New class means derived class, subclass. So we have a major advantages in this, that is reusability. It means using the properties of base class and derived class. Taking example of human beings, like taking parent only, so we inherit the features of our parents and our grandfathers, whatever features like eyes, hairs, or whatever features we have inherited it by our parents, right? So those are the features we inherit from our parents. So here only one class can take properties from the other class. So while creating a code, we can reuse it. Like if same things we want to use, then we can inherit from parent to child the same code. It means we do not have to write the code again and again. We can inherit, we can take from the parent to child, and we can reuse it. So that is a major advantage, that reusability. Whenever we need properties, we can inherit from parents. In this, extend key is used to inherit. Taking reference and additional features. We take the reference and the additional features. So in this, we have 5 types. 5 types of inheritance we have, that is single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. Single means yeah, we can take that same example like parent and child. From the base we are inheriting and creating this derived one, we are taking the information from this, and yeah, that is inheritance. Single multiple inheritance means it do not, Java do not support this. And multi-level inheritance means uh, like it's the base, from base we are creating this derived one, and this again, this derived one is working as a base for this, for derived 2. So level by level it goes on. That's why it is known as multi-level inheritance. Hierarchical means in this a single base, a single parent is used to derive two children. A single can give information to the two derived ones. That is known as hierarchical. Hybrid. Hybrid means yeah, creating several classes from single base. Several classes we can create from a single base. Hybrid means combination of more than one type of inheritance. So as we can see, there are single, multiple, multi-level, hierarchical, hybrid, hierarchical, yeah, until here. So hybrid means if we use more than one type, like we have used single and multi-level, if these both we have used, then it is known as hybrid, because in this more than one it is yeah, let's take an example. Yeah, so what is this base and this derived. So what is this thing? This is single inheritance, this, and this one is hierarchical. So this both became hybrid, because in this more than one is used, so that is, it is known as hybrid. Yeah, hybrid inheritance. Now polymorphism, let's see what is polymorphism. So representing one thing in many forms. So in this one thing we can represent in many forms. Like taking example as shape and method. We need taking example of, we need to create a shape. So in this only we use one method, but by using one method we are creating many, right? Like circle, box, triangle, everything we are creating, right? So in this one method is used, and based on input whatever we give, based on that draw will work based on whatever we give. Like we gave sing circle as an input, so draw will work and it will perform circle operation. So mainly we are having two types in it, that is compile time polymer, and the second one is runtime polymer. So the compile time polymer means the decision about which method will be called will be decided during compilation type. So whatever decision is about the method will be called will be decided during the compilation time while we compile. The example is method overloading, we can take example of it. Now runtime polymer, so in this whatever decision about the method is taking during the runtime, that is the execution time after the compilation. We run the program, right? Then during that execution time the decision will be taken about which method should be used. The example of it is method overwriting. Thank you, hope you understand the video.